All right, today we're diving into a really fundamental challenge of our digital world. How do you find the signal in all the noise? It's all about trying to separate what actually matters from, the endless static. So let's get right into it.
I mean, think about it. We are just flooded with information 24/7. Some of it is absolutely vital. That's the signal. But a huge amount of it is just irrelevant data, right? That's the noise. And the main challenge for us in this information age, it isn't about getting more data. It's about getting better at filtering it all out.
So that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's this massive task for all of us, for the technology we build, for society as a whole. How do we actually get better at building these filters to find that crucial signal?
Well, to start answering that question, we've got to look at one of the most fundamental tools we've come up with. And this is a concept that's behind pretty much everything, from your email's spam filter all the way to really complex scientific analysis.
Okay, so this tool is called pattern recognition, or PR for short. And the core idea? It's actually deceptively simple. You have a system that analyzes data, pulls out the key patterns it sees, and then just assigns it to a category. It's exactly what helps sort spam from your inbox, or, on a much more advanced level, it can help a system spot cancerous cells in a medical scan. At its heart, it's all about classification. But this is where it gets really cool. See, not all pattern-based systems are created equal. We have to draw a super important line between a system that recognizes something that's already there and one that can actually create something brand new. And here's that crucial distinction right here. On one side, you've got pattern recognition, PR, which is all about sorting existing data into boxes. But on the other side, you've got something called pattern machines, or PMs. Now, these things go a fascinating step further. Instead of just classifying, their main job is to distinguish patterns in a way that lets them create new ones. Think of it like this. It's the difference between a system that can tell you, yep, that's a jazz song, and a system that can actually compose a whole new jazz melody from scratch. So, the question is, if we want to build even better, more nuanced filters for finding these signals, what's the next step? Where do we go from here? Well, the answer might just be in this powerful partnership between human expertise and machine efficiency. And that brings us to a really powerful approach called human in the loop. Now, instead of just, feeding an algorithm a massive data set and crossing your fingers, this method actually lets the machine actively ask for help. So when it comes across a tricky piece of data it doesn't get, it can literally just ask a human expert for the right label. The whole process is this beautiful, simple feedback loop. Step 1, the algorithm runs into something it's not sure about, so it asks the human. Step 2, the expert gives it the correct label. And step 3, the algorithm learns from that brand new, high-quality info, and it just gets smarter and more accurate every single time. But, and this is a big but, this whole process doesn't work with just anyone. The human in the loop has to be a real expert. We're talking deep knowledge in their field and the ability to go and check authoritative sources. And this is so critical because it makes sure the machine is learning from the best possible input, not just, some random person's opinion. Okay, so let's zoom out for a second and pull all of this together. We've gone from this basic problem of too much noise all the way to a pretty sophisticated collaborative solution. So what does this all mean for us, for our future, and for our ability to actually find the signal? So let's do a quick recap of the journey we just took. We started with the core challenge of our era, which is just filtering out all the noise. Then we saw how pattern recognition is a key foundational tool for sorting through information. And finally, we learned that the most powerful next step in all of this is human-machine collaboration, using real expert knowledge to make our filters way smarter and way more precise. And this all leads us to one last really critical question. We are building these unbelievably powerful tools to filter our world. But as those filters get smarter and more integrated into our daily lives, you have to ask yourself, who's making the rules? Who ultimately gets to decide what is the signal and what just gets dismissed as noise? Definitely something to think about.